ஸ்கொயர் ஃபீட்டு. 3-4 பால்கனி இடத்த வேஸ்ட் பண்ணிட்டாங்க. 4 பால்கனி அப்பார்ட்மெண்ட். 20 சொல்றாங்க, நான் 15 கேட்கலான்னு இருக்கேன். 20 சொல்றாங்க, என்ன நெகோஷியேட் பண்ணலன்னா 15 கேட்கலான்னு இருக்கேன். 15க்கு 8 9 இல்லையா இப்ப மேக்ஸிமம் இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட்? இப்ப ஒரு சில பிரைவேட் பேங்க்ல எல்லாம் 9 கொடுக்குறாங்கப்பா. எட்டு பர்சன்ட் ஒரு அரௌண்ட் 7,000 ரூபாய் வரும்னு வச்சுக்கோங்க. 20 10க்கு அப்ப 7,000 ரூபாய் வரும்னு வச்சுக்கோங்க அப்ராக்சிமேட்டா. நான் 1,20,000 டிவைடட் பை 12 எவ்வளவு? அதுதான் சொன்னேன் அப்ராக்சிமேட்டா. ஆமா, மெயின்டெனன்ஸ் ஒரு 4,000. 4,000டா கூட. 20னா இங்க அவன் வந்து ஓனர் வந்து குஜராத்திக்காரங்க, சாரி என்ன ஒரிசாக்காரங்க. அந்த ஆளு வந்து சென்னையில தான் படிச்சு வளர்ந்து எல்லாமே பண்ணிருக்கேன். அவனுக்கு தமிழ் மாதிரி, அவன் தமிழியன்ஸ் மாதிரின்னு வச்சுக்கோ. அவன்கிட்ட நான் பேசுறேன், இங்கிலீஷ்லாம் பேசினேன், போன்ல பேசினேன். அவங்க வீடு காட்ட வந்து அவங்க வீட்டுக்காரமா இருந்தாங்க. அந்த அம்மா சென்னையில இருந்துருக்கு, கொஞ்சம் வந்து தமிழ் புரியும் போது அந்த ஆள் கிளியண்டா பேசினான். அதனாலதான் அவனுக்கு லீஸ பத்தி தெரியுது. இங்க இருக்கிற ஆட்கள் யாருக்குமே லீஸ பத்தி தெரியாது. சரியா? அதனால எனக்கு 20னா என்ன சொல்ற நீ? 20னா எவ்வளவு வருது ரெண்டு? பரவாயில்ல தானே? ஆமா, அங்கேயே 4,000 ரூபாய். அதான் சொல்றேன்ல, கையில காசு எல்லாம் போயிருண்டான்னு சொல்றேன்ல. அதான் அதான் பாப்போம். சரி சரி, கிளம்பு. ஏன்னா நீ இன்ஃபர்மேஷன் கொடுத்த பிறகுதான் நான் அவங்ககிட்ட பேசணும். நம்ம டிலே பண்ணோம்னா அவங்க வேற யாருக்கும் கொடுத்துட்டாங்கன்னா போச்சு. ஏய் ஏய், நீ எல்லா டீட்டெயில் கலெக்ட் பண்ணி கொடுற. ஆமா, அது அது வந்து நான் பேச முடியுமா எனக்கு தெரியல. சரி, ஓகே ஓகே. சரி, ஓகே. தாராளமா வாங்கலாம். ஒவ்வொன்றா சொன்னான். கொல்லாம் முதற்கொண்டு, மோட்டர் முதற்கொண்டு, ஃபேன் முதற்கொண்டு எல்லாத்தையும் டியூட்டி எழுதணும். நான் இங்கிலீஷ் டாக்குமெண்ட்டும் உனக்கு அனுப்பிட்டு இது இதெல்லாம் இருக்கு, இது இதெல்லாம் இருக்கு அப்படின்னு. அவங்களே அதுக்குன்னு ஒரு ஃபார்மேட் இருக்கும். அது அவன் தம்பி விட்டுருக்கேன், இன்னொருத்தன் தாசில்தாரா இருக்கான்ல, அவங்க 2 பேர்கிட்டையும் பேசிட்டு அவங்க கிட்ட நான் ஒரு டாக்குமெண்ட் வாங்கி காப்பி உனக்கு அனுப்பி விடுறேன். நீ ஓனர் கிட்ட பேசுறப்ப வந்து அவனே ஒரு லாயரை வச்சு எழுதிட்டு வர சொல்லி நீ கையெழுத்து போட்டுரு. அது 2 பக்கம் தான் கொடுக்கணும். ஜென்ரல் தான் பிரின்சிபல் லெவல் எல்லா இடத்துலயும் நிர்வாகச்சுன்னா எனக்கு ஒரு பொண்ணு தெரியும், பேசுறேன். நீங்க அந்த 4வது ஃப்ளோர் வீட்டுல இருந்தீங்க, பென்ட் ஹவுஸ். அந்த ஓனர் வந்து ஒரு லாயர் இருந்தாங்க. என் லேண்ட் பிரச்சனை போயிட்டு இருந்துச்சுன்னா அது அந்த இது இருக்கு என்கிட்ட. அவன் கொடுத்த நம்பர் இருக்கு. இந்த பொண்ணு தான் பேசுறேன். நான் பேசுறேன். அவன் நான் பார்த்துட்டு இவன் சொந்தக்காரன் இருக்கிறது வந்து அந்த ஃபீல்டு தமிழ் வீட்டுக்காரங்களுக்கு வந்து லீஸ் கேட்டுப்பாடு அப்படின்னு அவனுக்கு நல்லா தெரியும். அவன் சாயந்தரம் வீட்டுக்கு வந்த முன்னாடி தான் அவன்கிட்ட பேசணும் அப்படின்ட்டு சரி சொல்லிட்டு நீங்க அவங்ககிட்ட நீங்க சொன்னீங்க சொல்லக்கூடாது. உங்க அன்னைக்கிட்ட போய் சொல்ல மாட்டேங்க சொல்லுங்க. என்னை பத்தி பேசுறீங்க சொல்ல மாட்டேங்க. எனக்குன்னு இல்லைன்னா நீ எதுக்கு அதை பார்த்துட்டு இருக்க, நீ போய் உன் வேலையை பாருங்க சொல்லி என்னை எப்படி படிச்சு விட்டுருவேன். நான் வேற யாருக்கும் சொன்னேன்னு வச்சுக்கேன். நீ என்ன தலையில கட்டி போற சாக போற போக தேவையானது 20 நாள் ஓகே தான். 20 நீ தாராளமா வாங்க. அங்கெல்லாம் ரொம்ப இதோட காசு அவன் உடனே பாரு கனெக்ட் பண்ணா பேங்க் இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் மல்டிப்ளை பண்ணா 2 மாசத்துல டிவைட் பண்ணா இவ்வளவுதான் சொல்லி முடிச்சேன். நீ வாங்கிக்கலாம் எல்லாத்தையும் சொல்லிட்டு எல்லாமே ஆல் டுகெதர் கட்ட.
Hello, good afternoon, ma'am.
எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ்.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
யாரு? அது அவன் கேட்டு சொல்ற முடியும். அவன் சென்னை போயிருக்கானா, இவன் மதுரைக்கு போயிருக்கான், அவன் சென்னை போயிருக்கான். அது நிறைய பேருக்கு அடிச்சிருக்கேன். யார் கால் அடிச்சாலும் நீ எடுத்து பேசு. இல்ல எங்க வீட்டு ஆட்கள்னா பேர் வரும். அதெல்லாம் நீ எதுவும் ஒண்ணு இல்ல. இது ஆர்பிஎல் அடிச்ச எல்லாத்துக்குமே பேர் வரும். இப்ப அந்த ஓஎல்எக்ஸ்ல இருந்து 2 பேரும் பேசுவேன். வேக்கம் கிடையாது. நாளைக்கு வந்து எடுத்துக்கலாம். 1000 ரூபாய் எழுதியிருக்கேன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். சரியா ஞாபகம் இல்லை. சொன்னீங்க அப்புறம் வந்ததுக்கப்புறம் வணக்கா என்ன வந்திருக்கு? தெரியும் மெசேஜும் தெரியும். என்ன வந்திருக்குன்னு கேட்டா மெசேஜ் என்ன அவைலபிள்? நீங்க brokerage வழியா எடுத்தீங்க வச்சானா ஆப்பு? brokerage வழியா எடுக்கிறதுக்கு இவங்கிட்ட எப்படி போகணும்? நீங்க காசு கொடுத்தேன்னு சொல்றாங்க இந்த பேங்க். இல்ல 8179 அதான் இருக்கு. ஹலோ ஹலோ கதவை அடிச்சுட்டு வரையும் நான் எப்படி அடிச்சுக்கிறேன். மேம் குட் ஈவினிங்.
Good evening, ma'am.
So now only have joined or sometime back you have joined?
Sometime back I have joined, but you have kept everything in YouTube screen, live streaming, and you are talking with your friend.
My God.
That's why I thought that I will tell you to mute, but you didn't heard.
Then you would have called me now, ma'am. At least to the
Ma'am,
number.
signal it is not going, that's why.
My God.
You close it and then log in again, delete that live stream.
It will not be happen like that.
You're talking with
Once
your
so everything is recorded, but I spoke in Tamil also.
Tamil only. Okay, we should not talk now anyway.
Okay.
Okay, we will wait for 5 minutes, then you continue, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, sure.
Okay.
This is something little bore matter, but you should know this.
Okay, ma'am.
For how long it was, ma'am? Only 1 minute left. 3:15 only, na? At bottom it was streamlined.
Streamlined, I opened 3-4 minutes before you were talking. Something related to Chennai, something you are telling. Chennai word only I understood because of English.
My God. Okay, no issue. What we can do, we can't do anything. Send it.
Live streaming, you can't mute and then you can continue these things.
No, ma'am, that we cannot do. They are doing, we can say we say okay or not okay also, that will be recorded.
And where it will be saved?
In YouTube. So whatever the story I spoke, that also must be. I can do one thing. Now we cannot do anything from our end. IT people only
Otherwise,
can.
you tell to the management to delete this live stream and then you will do start session again.
Okay, let me try. We can't do now. What I have spoken, anything I got, I was talking very aggressively, anything, no, na?
No, nothing like that.
What did I speak? Even I forgot what I spoke after came to know that I was in tension. I'm in tension now. What did I speak, ma? About what?
Ma'am, now also live stream, so better we should also not talk. You are not talking any aggressively, nothing like that.
Okay, then no, sure talk. Okay.
Okay.
So what about the smog? Did you understand, ma'am? What is meant by smog? A lifetime you should not forget if you heard it properly.
Smoke
Smog
means
means
stagnant air is the first criteria.
in air
No.
pollution, many factors are there. Many type of pollutant are there in air pollution. Solid type is there,
Yes.
liquid type is there, gaseous type is there. But everything is blowing in air. Everything, even solid form of air pollutant, liquid form of air pollutant, gaseous form of air pollutant, all are blowing in air in different size of particles. Because the size of the particle is a matter, that's what it is blowing in air. If it is little bigger size, due to the density difference, it will be settled down. Same, everything. That is the special characteristics of this air pollution, air pollutant. Now, smog means where I have told you gaseous pollutant like sulfur dioxide, oxides of nitrogen, particulate matter, ammonia, then carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is not a pollutant, carbon monoxide, methane, radon, hydrogen sulfide, hydrogen fluoride, lead, hydrocarbons, many things we have seen, isn't it? Among everything, aerosol, particulate matter, fog, smoke, many things we have seen. Even dust, smoke, among all these things, smog is something different. Why it is different? Smog is formed in a specialized situation only. All the time it is not forming. If it forms means that incident, it makes a big episode on the earth surface. That is the problem of this smog. How it is formed? Whenever the air is stagnant, whenever the characteristics product or reactant comes close together, that is oxides of nitrogen and hydrocarbon, and in the presence of bright sunlight, but the air must be in stagnant condition. It's supposed to be stable or stagnant condition. Under that condition only, the smog will form. What is meant by smog? Smog means it is smoke plus form. From the name itself, it is stated. It contains both smoke and fog. And what is smoke and what is fog? You should know what is smoke and what is fog. Smoke is a solid or liquid particle. I would have explained, ma'am, in the first lesson. Smoke means it is a solid or liquid particle of size 0.01 to 1 millimeter size. It is liquid form also, liquid form also, solid form also. And that is liquid and solid means we have to understand. When we are burning something, smoke is coming. Solid is coming means what kind of solid it is possible? Unburned particle from the fuel is only possible. Isn't it? I'm teaching very critically. Solid and liquid form means it will be something like unburned particle from the combustion process. And they are having different colors. Colors means unburned particle when it half burned, then which gives a different form of smoke color. That's why the smoke is different color based on the material. What is meant by fog? Fog means it is a liquid droplet and it is something like mist which obscure the vision. So when it's solid, liquid or liquid, when the concentration is low. Hello. Hello.
Hello. Maybe
Yes, ma'am.
somebody is speaking now.
No one is there.
No one.
Somebody is making noise. Please mute yourself. I'm out. Okay. When we are making, then both all are liquid or solid plus liquid combination will be there. When it became like that, the air become more dense. When the air became more dense, there is no wind flow, and the temperature is more, and continuously the emission from the source in the form of oxides of nitrogen and hydrocarbon is more, then only the smog form. Once the smog formed means it is quite difficult to disappear from that place. Until or otherwise very big weather condition comes, the smog will not move from that place. That is only the issue of smog. That's what a million, a trillion, 1,000 lakhs of people died in different region of the world. So that is not in your hand and in our hand. But the only thing we can do is, what is the source of fog? The source of fog is hydrocarbon, and hydrocarbon fuel, whatever we are trying to use at home, that is in the form of LPG cylinder, petrol, diesel, that could be reduced to some extent from the evaporation. Because gas on, release of gas, and also from the fuel tank release, those things we can reduce to some extent. So the contribution from single person will be reduced. That much only we can do. Other things are from the God's hand only. Wanted to destroy it totally. Wanted to keep it excellently. That is only an issue. Okay. Smog is very excellent lesson. If you understand, you can understand many phenomena, many concept of air pollution. If you know well this behavior of smog, you can predict the model also. If you know the basic nomenclature of mathematical model. Okay, ma'am. Next we'll start about the air pollution laws and standards. Actually, what does it mean by air pollution laws and standard means? For everything, if you take an Indian constitution, we are telling that basic rights, birth rights. Once the baby born on the earth surface, what is the right that baby has? What it should do, what it should not do. Everything has been in the white and black and white format. Like that, when we are taking the environmental concept, very important news I'm going to give for you about the environment. Only the country like India only has separate ministry for environment in the world. We know that how many countries are there, 182 or 190 countries are there in the world. All major of them are rich countries or developed countries. India is developing countries. I can't say it's a backward country. It is moderate. And I can say it is rich also in some aspect. But many countries are beyond the limit of India. We know that. But no other country than India has a separate ministry for environment. Only India has separate ministry for environment. That has been started in 1982 or something like that. 72 or 18. Yes, the council they made it in 1972, I think so. Before we born. Why they made separate? Making any ministry in India is something different. Conceptually, they made it for reduce the pollution by following the prevention and control technologies. Pollution controlled by pollution reduced by prevention through control technologies. Or prevention and control, abatement we can say. What does it mean? That basic fundamental itself, there is a flaw. Once any waste product is generated, there are two things. Any waste product, either it is solid, liquid, gas, whatever it may be, if it is generated at the point or point of source or at the point that it could be either it is converted into other form of product that could be useful or useless, or it could be rejected directly into the atmosphere or earth, or we can environment. The country like, or we can say WHO people have framed the policy for the same thing. We have to reduce the pollution from the source. That means what? Where it generates, there itself we have to reduce. That is possible. If you do like this, we no need to develop or implement any control or prevention and control abatement concept, or convert one product to another product. That is okay. From the source itself, it is reduced. Means what we can do? We have to use the technology or efficient technology at the source. So whatever the fossil fuels we are using, that will be converted into complete energy, complete power. So the leftover from the source will be reduced to some extent. So the pollution load to the environment could be reduced. That is the concept of that. But what our people have done, the pollution control. After it forms, you have to, how you can reduce it. That is our mind. So what they have done, and based on that concept, whatever the factory outlet, that means for factory exhaust, power plant exhaust, commercial exhaust, domestic exhaust, agriculture exhaust, everything they covered in the same what kind of thing, what is that? Only in industries and the power plant, it could be converted some of the component into useful component. Some sulfur dioxide could be converted into calcium sulfate, and oxides of nitrogen could be reduced into nitrogen, and that could be used for the ammonia making. I like that small thing. So, but some of the things are succeeded in a large scale level, like this gypsum for production and all. It is succeeded. We have seen some lesson that sulfur dioxide could be converted into gypsum. That gypsum will be used for making the plaster of products. Plaster of products will be used for construction purpose. That is very good technology. But the quantity of manufacturing, when we compare the quantity of manufacturing and compare with the quantity of demand, there is a large gap. Production is more, demand is less. Anyhow, if they wanted to convert that sulfur dioxide into calcium sulfate, that is in the form of gypsum, they have to spend enough money, they have to spend enough energy, and that is separate project like that. But out of it, whatever income they are getting, whatever the power they are consuming, it was not matching. It is far away from the gain or profit. It is a good technology. It was reducing the sulfur dioxide up to 90% from the power plant, but only in the point of economic, it could not be commercialized every way. Somewhere people are doing till date also. When they are sufficient with their standalone power system, they could be. If they are using centralized power system, they could not. Like that it is. So anything, everything, if you take in India, we should follow the rule. For example, if I say during the corona time, if I advise you to go and take that, what is that? Vaccine. Anyone will listen? How many people have listened? First they said, if you take the vaccination, then that will be good, they said. And they have advertised through TV, this, that and all. Then many people didn't listen. Only few people went and get that vaccination and the dose 1, dose 2, or without 1 dose, something else. Many things have come into the picture. But suddenly they made one rule. Without that vaccination certificate, you cannot enter into the mall. You cannot enter into the cinema theater. You cannot enter into the railway station. You cannot enter the bus station and airport. They made the rule. Then everyone was got that vaccination. Would you remember? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
So that is Indian policy. So what is good, what is bad, we cannot understand. If we understand also, we won't adapt it. So if when they make some of the laws and policies, especially for now, you all might be knowing that nowadays, Euro 1, many years back in 1980s, years itself, it is being implemented in Indian government. Euro 1, Euro 2 for the vehicles, four-wheelers. And if they make the vehicle means, they have to satisfy what is the Euro 1, Euro 2 rules and regulation. Then only it will be commercial. Then only that will come for the selling. If it is not matches with that, it cannot be. That rule is good. Really, that is good. But how many people have followed up? That is problematic. Even till date also, many people told me, Actually, where I was working there, one of our consultant is from IIT Delhi. He was retired professor of IIT Delhi from the Department of Chemical Engineering. His contribution was there from the Kashmir to Kanyakumari in different way. Different way means he directly involved to some extent, and his students or his juniors or his PhD students or PG students, many people are there working here and there on behalf of him. And if they need, including me, if I need any idea, till date we are also approaching. So that he contributed this, so directly, indirectly throughout the India, everywhere almost, and all the state. I could say something must be missed over. Hello. Hello. Hello.
और गेट दे देना सर नंबर वो पासवर्ड बता देना हाँ गार्ड का दो एक
Okay. He contributed directly or indirectly throughout the India, everywhere, almost in all the state. There may be one or two places missed over, doesn't matter, but majority of the state. He was a member of Central Pollution Control Board also once. Few years he was in. And they used to visit the major industries for the same thing, for review or for inspection, like that periodically to some of the major industries. Very big fertilizer industry, very big distillery industry, sugar industry, paper and pulp industry, this car manufacturing, tire manufacturing, like that very big industries. Since he is a chemical engineer, he can understand what is the process, consequences, what type of pollution will come, what kind of pollutants or what characteristics, everything he could understand. By look itself, he can understand. Like that much knowledge he is, and that much experience also. He gave the one command. I never forget this command. You forget about other countries, but in India, according to our technologies and according to our latitude, longitude, and meteorological parameters, the strength of population and the strength of industries and dispersion rate, when we compare everything, in India, the pollution could be controlled from each industries. Each industries, the pollution can be controlled. It is possible, 100% it is possible. Nothing is impossible. Everybody is telling that it is not possible. No, nothing. But the only thing is, that is the point to be considered. Only thing is, when they are implementing some of the techniques or technology to be minimized or eliminate the pollution, the investment cost for the technology is very high. When the company owners or factory owners or industrial owners, when they are thinking about that, the profit from that is very less when compared to the investment or installment cost for the pollution control or abatement technology is huge than whatever the profit they are getting. That is the reason it cannot be commercial, it cannot be practiced, it is not viable. Got it? So it is possible, and in that particular aspect only we can say India is a poor country. But it is not a poor country. From our own experience, we can say. But the thing over here, the pollution control and everything is possible. It is not, we cannot say it is even from the power plant also, thermal power plant also. Even fly ash has a high value. It could be the very good soil amendment or fertilizer. So anyone can say what is the composition of ash? What is meant by ash? I myself told many times in the class. What is meant by ash?
Unburnt wood.
No, unburned wood you cannot say, na? Unburned wood, it is called a soot particle. Unburned fuels are called as soot particles.
After burning, whatever waste will be
left over, yes. Leftover residue is called After burning of any, after combustion of any fossil fuel or non-fossil fuels, after combustion, the leftover residue is called ash. Now I ask, now you know the definition of ash. What is the ash? What is meant by ash? I didn't know. What is ash? That means, ash means what is the substance? What kind of substance it is? I would have told you. It is, but actually,
Powdery substance.
yes, powdery substance which contains what? What are the constituents of ash?
Hydrocarbon.
Hydrocarbon is burnt out, na? The leftover residue only is called ash. Whatever actually the hydrocarbons, all fossil fuel, non-fossil fuels, plant material or organic based fossil non-fossil fuels are hydrocarbon. All fossil fuels along with biomass are organic substances. All organic substances are nothing but hydrocarbons. So when you are burning hydrocarbon, all the carbon and hydrogen will be burnt out. Carbon gives carbon dioxide, hydrogen gives water along with the oxygen. That is the process. So after burning everything, the hydrocarbon will not be left over. If it is left over, means that is called incomplete combustion. Okay. All the term, whatever I am saying, it is important. Most of the term, whatever I flooded out, will come for exam also. Excess air concept I taught you. This complete combustion, incomplete combustion I taught you. Those are very important. Okay. So it is a solid residue, powdery form of residue left over after complete combustion only. Those are all mineral oxide or metal oxide. Okay. Ash means they are the mixture of metal oxide. So whatever the micronutrients are there in the plant material, copper, aluminium, magnesium, manganese, iron, all metals are there in the plant. Those are all converted into their respective oxides by this combustion process. Okay. They are converted into their calcium is there, calcium oxide, copper is there, copper oxide, magnesium is there, magnesium oxide, like that. They convert it into their respective oxide. Those oxides are very good for plant material. Those are all called something like micronutrients. Those nutrients are available in the soil, means it will be absorbed by the plants. That's what fly ash or ash from the power plant or anywhere else. It could be used as a very good soil manure or soil amendment product. Soil amendment manure both will enhance the soil quality. The quality of the soil is improvised, means that the yield of the agriculture product must be increased. That is the concept, because soil, whatever the soil amendment we are giving, which makes that microorganism under the ground or below the plant must be more active. If it's more active, you yourself know that nitrogen fixation will be more, cationic exchange capacity between the plant and the root through the soil is between the soil and the plant is more through the root. For all these process, microbes are very important. So it is altogether which gives positive effect living. Likewise, from where, yeah, that is ash. Ash is not a waste product, it is a product, but it is the leftover, means we are giving very less importance to that, and people are also not selling it for very high price. And in some of the industries like the sugar industry, what they are doing, any one of you know the process of sugar industries? What exactly they are getting sugar from the sugar cane? Exactly, at least overall, what could be the process?
They will first crush it.
Yes, they first
Crush. They will from field when they will bring, they will crush it.
Okay.
And after that, whatever raw or leftover thing will be there, that they will use it for burning purpose also,
Okay.
or domestic purpose, or maybe industrial purpose, or in field, anywhere they can use it.
Okay. Okay. Ma'am. Okay, first they, yes, whatever you said is correct only. Let me add more point on it. If we take the sugar industries, you have to collect the sugar cane from the field. Okay. When we collect the sugar cans, the trashes will be removed and they are cutting at the bottom of the sugar cane, that transported to the sugar industries. And when they are transporting, some of the sand particles must be there in the sugar cane. Some of the trashes will be also be there. Sugar cane trashes. That means sugar cane leaves are called sugar cane trash. Then they do the juice extraction. That crushing you can say, or you can say juice extraction. And they get the juice, and the remaining, and the juice will be going for the sugar making. And the left, after extraction of juice, whatever the solid particle left over, that is called bagasse. BAGASSE, bagasse. That bagasse can be burned out for their power generation or for heat application. And after burnt over, whatever the leftover residue, they will collect and keep it aside as a ash. Okay. Then when they are doing that extraction of juice, before that, there is a one step is called cleaning of sugarcane, because the sugarcane may contain sand particles and trashes along with some other impurities also. Those must be cleaned very well before going for juice extraction. And the mixer of those particles are called technically press mud. PRESSMUD, press mud. The press mud along with this fly ash, they mixed all together. They keep it aside. Then the sugarcane process will go after extraction. They will do the boiling. After that, they do this bleaching by adding some sulfurous compound and sodium compound. Then they are bleached, then boil it, then crystallization, drying, packing. That is sequence of process. Each and every stage, even when the crushing means when they are boiling and cleaning, washing, only till the crystallization, the juice was looking like a dark brown color. That dark brown color only gives sugar for us in the form of pure white color. So how much acid and base they would have added to remove that brown color into white color? That's what white color sugar is not at all good for health. They are adding more and more of sulfuric acid. Because of that, bleaching is happening. Because of that bleaching effect only, we are getting that white color sugar. Compulsory 99% sulfur deposited product only, that is. We are eating continuously, whatever the effect of sulfur dioxide, that we also will be having. That is true. After introducing the white sugar, when we compare it with the before introducing the white sugar, especially the ladies are having that knee pain and joint pain more. When you are using this sulfurized sugar quite a long time and large quantities, which reduce the some liquid formation from the joints. Why the people are having joint pain, the reason behind that is consuming of more white sugar. This sugar contains sulfur content, more sulfur content. Because of the sulfur content, the liquid which is exaggerate at the joining will be started decreasing, and over the period of time that is totally stopped. Then due to the friction, and it started to give damage to the joints, especially knee and other joints at the bottom. This is the problem. And then they are taking the washing that process, and the sugar will be going for the packing and the selling, and the remaining brown color water only they are sending out. That is called molasses. And that molasses people are using for the fermentation process. Through that, they are making alcohol, ethanol, ethyl alcohol. That ethyl alcohol, you know that for all the purposes we can be used. Drinking fuel also, chemical purpose, lab purpose, making of some other compound based on the purity. Because alcohol, there are different types now. Spirit, absolute alcohol, many names are there. If it is 95%, that is absolute, 100% means that is called a spirit. But a clinical spirit is different. You know what is the percentage of clinical spirit? Alcohol is something very different thing. You know what is the, when you are going for the hospital, they want to inject means they will apply something on our skin before they give the injection. What is that, you know? Have you observed that they have applied something through the, make use of cotton on our skin where they are going to give an injection? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
That is spirit only, or spirit we can say, or another name of that is called alcohol. That alcohol only people are using for giving that. What is that? Why they are applying that?
To avoid infection.
To avoid infection, that is correct. Okay, so that alcohol will be helpful to avoid the infection. Yes or no? Yes. That's what they are applying, isn't it? That means the alcohol has a disinfectant property also. And that's what they are using in a hospital and everywhere as a disinfectant agent before they are giving an injection and before they are taking the blood and before they are giving any undergoing for any operation and after operation everywhere the doctor used to apply that is spirit only. Spirit which has the some level of 100% disinfection, I can say that's what they are using. Particular percentage of alcohol only we can use it for the spirit. One aspect. And another aspect I would like to say, the same alcohol can be used as a fuel also. Have you heard about alcohol could be the fuel? Ethyl alcohol could be the fuel, you know
Yes.
that?
Yes.
Yes. The same alcohol people can drink also, you know.
Yes, ma'am.
So it could be the solvent. It could be the disinfectant. It could be the fuel. It could be the food also. So for all the purpose, all are distinguished purpose. Food means it cannot be the disinfectant, isn't it? We are taking inside. If it is disinfectant, it may kill the inside cells, no? And this is a good solvent. It can solubilize anything. It is a fuel at any temperature. If a small burn is there also, that will be burnt out, isn't it? It catches the fire like petrol. But how it can play different roles? What could be the reason? What could be the parameter to be assessed? The same product could be used for a different purpose or application. Yes. Based on what it could be served like that. For example, if we have rice, we are making cooked rice, we are making idli flour, and we are making something else, roti, and many things we are, dosa, and many items we are making out of it. How the same rice is for serving all this purpose? Here the form of the material is being changed, isn't it? Sometimes it is solid, sometimes it is liquid, sometimes it is powdery. Based on that form of the material, we are using for different application. But the entire application goes for food only. So no issue. Now here the product is used for different purposes, not as a food, different form of food. I can't say no. What could be the parameter to be used to use or assess the same product for different application? And all are contradictory application. Shall I tell or you people will try?
Don't know, ma'am.
Okay. Then I could say the reason behind that is based on the concentration of alcohol. Whatever the alcohol people are drinking, that alcohol cannot be used as, even then both are ethanol, that cannot be used for fuel. Whatever ethanol they are using as a spirit, they cannot be used it for a solubilizing purpose. So when it used for fuel, it is 100%. When it is used for drinking, anyone can say that what is the alcohol percentage in drinking alcohol? Anyone could say? This is general knowledge. What is the percentage of drinking alcohol? Then okay, this is the homework for the next class. Okay, I am giving you, because this is the fundamental question in the developing world. But this is not okay. These are all the different concentration alcohol is available. Based on the concentration, it could be categorized for this is
And it
drinking.
depends on the person how much that person can take.
No. I'm not asking about the intake ability. I'm asking about what is the concentration of alcohol in drinking alcohol. It cannot be 100%. Are you agree with me?
Yes.
100% means it is fuel, then immediately it catches fire, isn't it?
Yes.
So that cannot be used. And the same time that it cannot be used for this purpose also, disinfectant. Disinfectant means people, they earlier days are in disinfectant means what we are all using this corona time. What is that called?
Sanitizer.
Sanitizer. All are same only.
Yes.
Okay. So if it is disinfectant means, can we drink that? But that is also alcohol. Understood? That is also alcohol. So the concentration of alcohol varies from application to application. Based on that only, it is being used for different application. For example, the alcohol could be used as a spirit. The spirit, whatever we have used as a sanitizer, and whatever the doctors are using, there are very little difference, not much difference. But only one difference I wanted to say. Alcohol is also a very good fuel like petrol and petroleum, but there is a little difference in calorific value. But both are catching the fire if whenever the little burn is there. But only thing is, when we are applying this sanitizer, it does not catches fire. It would have been catches fire, could we use it? Suppose that is, I myself told you it is a good fuel like petroleum. Petroleum can we apply in our hand? No. First point will say that is smelling. Second point will say immediately it catches fire, so we won't apply. But when the alcohol is in 100%, that also catches fire like petrol. But when we apply on the hand, it is a sanitizer. That is also alcohol, but that doesn't catches fire. Means the concentration is around 50 to 60. Yeah, 60 to 70%. And one more thing, whatever the doctor's script, the same sanitizer, whatever they are using, it won't catches fire. The concentration of alcohol, what they are using in the spirit is 70% alcohol. For drinking alcohol, I gave the homework, you please do it. For fuel type, 95 to 100%. The thing is, if the alcohol concentration instead of 70%, if they increase even 1% of alcohol, instead of 71% is there also, it catches fire. Got it? If you use up to 70% like a hospital or medical spirit, that won't catch fire. What is the beauty product, isn't it? How much nice product, isn't it? That is the beauty of that chemical product. So 70%, up to 70%, it won't catch fire. Even at 1% more of 71, it was 71% also, it catches fire. So this is the, so in such industries, when they are making, if they are making, after making this alcohol also, the molasses, which leftover, that is called black liquor, that they called like effluent, distillery effluent, they are also looking like a dark brown color. This molasses also smelling like anything. And effluent from that distillery also smelling like anything. Both are dark brown color liquid. And they made, if all the industries are making waste like this, and they are discharging the waste directly into the atmosphere, so that will affect the area here and there wherever it is located, soil, water, land, air, everything is polluted. So what could we do for that? So based on that, the entire world was working on that to reduce the pollution of this. And over the period of time, sanitary system, pollution control, ministry, and many policymakers, NGOs, many all people all together, they started working on it to reduce the pollution. And very important occasion happened in 1947 in Rio de Janeiro, and they have conducted one conference. In that conference, they have implemented human and environment, influence of that only. They have conducted one policy related program in India that is called National Council for Environmental Policy and Planning. And that time only this program they have organized in the DST, Department of Science and Technology, that was set up in 1972. And after that only they made the ministry, that happened in the year 1985. Sorry, that is 1985. I said 1973. No, 19. The council, they made this department. The department was working under the DST. That is in 1972. In 1985, the council later directly formed or reframed as a full-fledged ministry. That is called Ministry of Environment and Forest. That is in 1985 they started. And because of that, the administration body in the country, they made it for regulation and ensuring environmental protection. How they have done? The conference which is held in Rio de Janeiro, that is through that, and the 42nd amendment they have implemented. Through that, directive principle of state policy and fundamental rights and duties they have framed. If you take any amendment in Constitution, they first write the fundamental rights and duties. What does it mean by fundamental rights and duties? We know our organization. Based on the organization, they have graded as a director, vice president, president, additional director, executive director, this X, Y, Z. Research organization means they have named differently. Production organization means they named differently. Like that, different concepts are there. But in that, they have written for each and every person what is their fundamental rights and duties. This is my rights and duty. I only have to sign, then only that will be valuable. And above me, somebody is there, they only have to sign, then only that will work. Instead of me, somebody else will sign, that will not be signed. And whatever the people, those who are working under me, I have the rights to ask the question. And I have, under me means anywhere, everywhere. I am giving an example of one particular organization. Under me means anything, anywhere. So for example, if a road is there, main road is there, all vehicles are going. One person is dig out at the middle of the road. Or you leave it, public lights are there, street lights. And one person is breaking that light or something like that. We all have the rights to ask, no, who is he, why is he, what is he, why are you doing like this, what is the need to do? And if you do it like this, legally or illegally, one person is not asking me, another person must be asked, no. That rights they have given for the all citizen in the India. So in this particular also, the first they have, after forming that ministry, they have framed that what is fundamental rules and regulation for that ministry. They made it. Then what they do in, before that itself, in 1970, after that only, environmental legislation that has grown in the country, Ministry of Environmental Forest, under that, they started State Pollution Control and Central Pollution Control Board. And whatever the State Pollution Control and Central Pollution Control Board, both together, they have to do some of the work. That is, they form the regulatory administrative of the sector. And later on, the same pollution control board, they develop the technical development under checking of report, implementation of concept to reduce the pollution. And many things are come up after that introduced in that department only. Especially Central Pollution Control, State Pollution Control. Then the policy statement for assessment of abatement of pollution and the national conservation strategy and the policy in the environment and development were brought out by Ministry of Environment Forest in the year 1992. Then after the what they have environmental production program they have formulated in 1993. Environmental production program with the effect of UK, they have framed some policies and regulations. And when we discuss many things, what is the use of all those things? Over the year, the spreading of environmental consciousness, and traditionally it is environmental quality and the economic growth both are really in the different direction. And the people have come believe that there are the two necessary complementary must be there for environment and population growth and technology development. And the current focus on the environment is not new. It is a consideration will be lying in our ancient period also. That's what we used to say, Mohenjo-daro and Harappa. That is our ancient history itself. They have followed the developed concept techniques for everything to protect the environment. Whatever we are speaking, whatever we are doing, whatever we are studying, it is something less. At that time itself, people had all facilities. That time they do not have like us, internet is not there. Whatever I am speaking, you can hear. Whatever you are speaking, I can hear. We both of us are in the different places. We are under, like that concept was not there at that time. But they had that kind of facilities in the, before birth of Christ. That is really wonder how God is leading this world. We can understand from that. Okay. Then even before in the independence also, they said people are having this legislative environmental legislation, and they have about the well-developed framework for underground sanitation process, sanitation purpose. Many things are there. Those things and all introduced in Stockholm, Rio de Janeiro conference only. Then what they did, then they have started making rules and protection for each and every sector. For arresting the atomic pollution, what they have to do, for vehicular pollution, Vehicular Act, industrial pollution, Industrial Act, atomic pollution and Act, Atomic Energy Act. Like that, for each and every department, they made it separately. And the first environment protection rules, 1986, according to that, what they have to do, they have to set the standard for emission or discharge of environmental pollutant. For pollutant, they made the standards. From that only, we are understanding this is the permissible limit. This is the standard limit. Above this standard limit only, the problem will come. Below this standard level, it will not be affecting. It won't affect like that. The story standard we are speaking. That standard is being fixed or set in 1986 Environmental Protection Rule only. And this rule will prescribe the parameter for the central government under which it can issue orders of prohibition and restriction on the location and operation of industries in different areas. Because the earlier days in the middle of the city also industries were there. The industry is supposed to be out of the residential area or out of the city was framed. That rule was framed in that rule only. 1986 Environmental Protection Rule only. And also which is included that technical people, those who are involved, they have to take the air sample and serving the notices, submitting the sample for analysis and laboratory reports. And those reports cannot be written casually. There must be a separate rules and regulation how to write, how to do the sampling, how to do the analysis, and how to write the reports and any concern about the analysis and report. Everything is being included in that rules only. Okay. Then they have Air Prevention and Control of Pollution Act 1981. Here also prevention and control of pollution. What does it mean by prevention and control? I think I have explained about it. So before that, and whatever the slide I have given, that is not there in your book. That extra I gave. And in 1948, they have introduced Factories Act, and amendment in 1987 was the first to express concern for the working environment of the workers. Because we are thinking that the industrial pollution level, this, if it meet this limit, no problem. But the workers, those who are working in that environment, they may exposure very close to that pollutant may affect too much. So in that act of 1948, they made a Factories Act, but in that 1987, they made the amendment that they have to have their own limit for the workers for the working environment. The amendment of 1987 has sharpened its environmental focus and expanded its application to hazardous process like hazardous products wherever you may know some of the industries. For example, I myself told what is sugar industry, so what distillery industry. In distillery industry, we are producing alcohol, okay? Actually, from the sugar cane, after getting the sugar, the leftover solution or washed solution, which contain a lot of organic matter that could be converted into alcohol by anaerobic process. So when we are doing the anaerobic process, the output is called ethanol. That is important process. That industry only technically called distillery industry. Distillery industry pollutant is horrible pollutant. Similarly, different industries are working like paper industry, this, that, and every industries are making their own pollutant, and each and every industrial pollutant are their own characteristics that we cannot discuss now. Okay, leave that. Now the thing is, please answer to me. What are the industries are producing hazardous waste? You can cover that in the power plants also. Hazardous means which affect directly and it affects compulsory. There is no excuse. If you are exposure to such a product, one or other problem must be coming. Even we can say sulfur dioxide, carbon dioxide also pollutant, but it won't affect immediately. And it won't affect all also. Those who are susceptible to many diseases, whatever the airborne diseases are they affected means they will affect the people, those who are not susceptible to airborne diseases, they won't get it. But a hazardous waste means it is a waste which makes hazardous in all living things or non-living things. Those are all called hazardous waste. Now my question is, what are the industries are releasing this hazardous waste? Don't say all waste are hazardous. That is also of course true. But this won't affect immediately. There is some time period to affect it. So what it could be? Yes.
Petroleum industry, food industry.
Food industry is making hazardous waste, then how we can eat, ma'am?
Ma'am, their waste will be harmful for the aquatic.
Then I am asking for all living. Aquatic means we can say only acid waste are coming out, aquatic population will be destroyed. Then it destroys the human being also, na? At the pH of 5 or below 5, it destroys the aquatic system. And if we consume at 5 also, we cannot survive. pH from 6.5 to 8.5, if we consume whatever the food maintain, nothing will happen. If we increases or decreases in pH level by adding some uppu karam puli, then which makes something different our intestine or inner system. So either it may increase the pH or decrease the pH.
Mining industry.
Mining industry, of course, to some extent, because that they are releasing heavy metals, it could be considered to some extent. Okay.
And printing.
Printing.
Pesticides.
Okay, pesticide is like printing less pesticide. Okay, then
Vehicle, wherever it will be manufacturing.
to some extent. But the major industries are, which I'm going to tell, listen me very carefully. Atomic power plant. If any person is exposed to those radiation, they definitely affect no. Isn't it? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
And also, whatever the living things, animals related industries. For example, you know what is tannery industry? And leather industry?
Yes.
What is that? Leather industry means what? Tannery industry means what?
Leather industry, they will make shoes and all this.
They
Leather
are
bag.
using, yeah, yes. They are using living things. That is
Yes.
easy. Those are all easily biodegradable. And it is also highly infectable, isn't it? Infectious material, isn't it? Suppose when you are using this mines product, car making industries, and another thing, what did you say? Mining, car making, food industry, leave it. So when compared to all those things, wherever they are using living thing material directly, animal material, living animal material directly, those are highly harmful than the non-living things. Non-living things also horrible. I said that hazardous means the things which are all from the living animals. You know, leather industries are making animal skins. So we are making that animal skin they are using for leather industry. It is being pre-processed in some other industry. They are called tannery industry. Understood? Not clear?
Yes,
Shall I tell one more time?
it's okay, ma'am.
Okay. That is called a tannery. The effluent are from this tannery industry and leather industry are harmful. And you don't know one particular region in Tamil Nadu, they are severely affected by this industrial pollution. And in that particular area now, that is happening before our independence. After independence also, it was continued till 2000. After 2000, they have banned. In that particular area, now they cannot run any tannery industry. Because of running of that tannery industry, underground water spoiled, nearby land spoiled, it is unsuitable for agriculture practices. Groundwater is totally spoiled. Many problem has come. Now from the government, it is being banned that in that area, no one should have the tannery. Okay.
Ma'am, tailor industries, repeat once more.
Tannery industries are industries. They are also using all animal skins, which is being used for all leather items. The pre-processing they have done from the tannery industries. Final processing only they are doing in the leather industry. The animal skins are there. For example, goat skin is there. They are removing from the mutton shop like a entire skin of the goat. Hair will be there and the entire inside will be there. In that some of jaw will be there. That here hair removal according to the quality wise and the thickness wise, the different tanning process will be followed in the tanning industry. The hair supposed to be removed, and that time also many living things will be removed, blood will come, and all are infectious. Then after that, based on the thickness of the skin, they have to do different type of tanning, chrome tanning, acidic tanning, bleach tanning, like that. Many type of tannings are there. Tanning process में different types are there. Some of them color will increases, some of them color will be decreases. The color will be decided in that the turning process itself. Something will be bleached too much means it cannot be used for all product. The bleaching is a very impactful process in the tire industry. After processing everything, the final product goes to the leather industry for making leather products. And after that, I told you, in one particular district in Tamil Nadu, that is fully concentrated with the tannery industry only during and after our independence. In 2000, all the industries have been closed. 2000 or 2004, yeah, 2000 only, 2000, 2001, all the industries are closed in that particular area. Why? Because what is that? That is goat skin inside. How it smells, you know? Have you observed that anywhere that some people will carry the skin of goat in two-wheeler and they washed with water and they carry in two-wheeler and throughout the way it drops the water and it smells like anything. Mutton won't give bad smell, but goat skin that gives very bad smell. Have you observed anywhere? Have you seen that when the people are carrying, when people have carried that skins? What, any wrong question I have told last day? That is true, ma'am. Okay. So that gives too much of smell. Much smell comes out from that. But mutton won't give smell. I hope you may be. Ma'am, you won't eat non-veg? Hello? What happened? What happened? No idea. For what you have given no idea? No, ma'am. About the tanning and tanning process. Hello? No non-veg. Okay, then you cannot understand the term which I am speaking. Sorry. So those are all the major industries that spoil entire ecosystem and spoil. And in that particular district, that underground water spoil, nearby agriculture spoil, and land area also spoiled. The color has turned into black color. Then from the Indian government, it was banned that in that particular area, this kind of industry should not be run. They have closed everything now. Only one or two instead of hundreds and 200 industries, they are running one or two, I think so nowadays. This is the problem. So these kind of waste, this atomic power plant, tannery and leather industries, these kind of industries are producing hazardous waste. Okay. So for that hazardous waste, they are making separate rules and regulation. By expanding of that have been sharpened in that Act 1987. That's what I wanted to tell. My slides are not moving. Okay, regulatory status in India. This and all we have discussed, I think, so no need to explain again from the slide. Okay. Okay. The next one is the Environmental Protection Rules 1986. This also we have discussed, isn't it? In this only sample analysis, sampling, reporting, everything will come. In Air Act 1981. In Air Act 1981, this is also very important thing. Here only they have developed the method NAAQ. That NAAQ means National Ambient Air Quality Standards. Based on this NAAQS, capital N, capital A, capital A, capital Q, and a capital S. NAAQS. NAAQS means National Ambient Air Quality Standard. So in Air Act 1981 only they have introduced, and it is being implemented in different stages. Each and every stage will see. They have under this Act 1981, people have established, our Central and State Pollution Control Board established ambient air quality standards. Ambient air quality standards they have framed in Act. That after introducing the pollution control board, state pollution or central pollution control board, they have given the responsibility to them to decide the standards. Okay, then they have whatever the standards to be implemented is being released in Air Act 1981, and which provides control and abatement of all sort of air pollution, prohibit the, and they have also introduced the concept of prohibit the use of polluting fuels and substances, as well as by regulating appliances that gives air to give rise to air pollution. And whatever the fuels, whatever the substances which increase the air pollution, those substances usage should be reduced. They have introduced in same act. And the operation and the industries in the pollution areas, the pollution control areas require consent from the State Pollution Control Board. And they test the air pollution control areas, inspect control equipment and manufacturing process, everything they will continue in this act. This is very important. About this only we are studying. Okay. What I said in the last point is very important. Operation include the operation of okay, neat. No problem. Operation and running of any industries in the pollution control areas, which requires the consent from the State Pollution Control Board. They give the certificate for in terms of air pollution control area. In this area, you have to control because there are different area and industries. For example, if you take the pharma industry R&D session will be different from the manufacturing session. And in R&D session, anything could be done. In manufacturing session, only limited things should be used, what you are going to manufacture. And some of the areas are very sensitive. Even if air enter also, some of the medicine will be spoiled before its packing because such a chemical they are using. And some of them they are packing under the vacuum, and some of them they are packing under atmospheric pressure. In each and every area, when they are following the area which is protected to enter the air also, there will be no need to introduce or require any concern for pollution control. The area where it produces more pollution, and there you have to inspect from which equipment the pollution is more, and you have to inspect that process, what is the manufacturing steps involved in the process to produce the product. They have to analyze all those things and they have to report. That kind of concern is included in Air Act 1981. Along with that, and they have developed this National Ambient Air Quality by the Central Pollution Control Board in year 1994. This is one of the biggest achievement in environmental science. National Ambient Quality prescribes specific standard for separate standard for industry, residential, rural, and other sensitive areas. And because industrial pollution is different from residential is different from rural and urban and other areas, other sensitive areas in the sense of hospital, like where the hotels are there, sensitive area, like develop industry specific emission standard that also developed in this act only. NA2 of India is similar to those prevailing in many developed and developing countries. That's what our achievement. Throughout the world in developing and developing, whoever are following this air pollution sampling and analysis, the concept is similar to our Indian standard one, that is NAQS. In 1987, both the Central Pollution Control Board and the State Pollution Control Board, to meet grave emergencies, the Act Amendment Act 1987 was enacted. And followed by this, the ambient air quality standard they have established, and the control and abatement of air pollution is being provided. Prohibit the use of pollution fuel and substances as well as the regulatory appliances that have been raised in this condition. Include the operation industries that already I have explained. Sorry, some new slides introduced. I don't know what is happening. In 1982, the air rules formulated. Air rules means this is, I think it is may not be there in your book. Air rules formulated. It defines the procedure for conducting meeting of the board, the power of the president officers, decision making, forum, manner in which the record of the meeting were to be set. That is nothing but minutes of meeting. Then the Atomic Energy Act of 1982 introduced to deal with the radioactive waste, how to deal must be there. Then deuterium oxide is supposed to be, that means heavy water is supposed to be regulator of the flow of this much. Many regulation is being made in 1972 only. Then after that, in 1988, the Motor Vehicle Act was enacted. 1980 Motor Vehicle. Atomic Energy I said, Motor Vehicle I said, and Industrial I said, then NAAQ I said. Many things are there. People have to remember some of the things. Under Environmental Protection Agency of 1986, various aspects of vehicular pollution notified, and mass emission standard notified from the Act 1990. Mass emission standard means whatever the exhaust of automobiles, industries like this. Then continue with that. Euro 1 and Euro 2 emission norms notified by the Supreme Court in 1999 for the city of Delhi. And followed by that, and it is very mandatory for car manufacturer to conform to the Euro 1 and Euro 2 norms by May 1999 and April 2000, respectively, for new commercial vehicles sold in Delhi. But in Delhi, they are following to some extent, no doubt at all. But I don't think so. Everywhere it is being followed. Then followed by that, National Ambient Air Quality Standard (NAAQ) is being developed. The levels of air quality necessary with an adequate National Ambient Air Quality Standard. This is a separate topic. The National Ambient Air Quality Standard means what? National Ambient Standard, that is a heading. Okay. And in your book, they have given one table. Just to go through that table, it is self-explanatory. If some of that term you people cannot understand, means you can ask me. Then now the next topic is National Ambient Air Quality. What is meant by National Ambient Air Quality Standards? Which is nothing but NAAQS, which deals with the level of air quality necessary with an adequate margin of safety to protect the public health, vegetation, and property. This is the purpose of National Ambient Air Quality. And whenever two consecutive values are exceeded, that is from any industry or power plant or anywhere, and exceed the specified limit above for the respective category, it would be considered adequate reason to institute a regular or continuous monitoring and further investigation. The state government or state board shall notify the sensitive and other areas in the respective states within a period of 6 months from the date of notification of National Ambient Air Quality. If they have not done like that, then the license of the company will be removed. That is the problem of all those parameters. Otherwise, they have to give the suitcase to continue. And next one is very important thing. Ma'am, how long we have time to continue? Only a few more
15
topics.
minutes.
Shall we complete? I think we cannot complete, but let me try to complete. These are all theory, and if you read also, you can understand. If you cannot interpret, you can ask how long I can continue. I will continue. And the last 5 minutes, you tell me. I wanted to tell you that what is air pollution index? Air pollution index question must come, and ambient air quality, National Ambient Air Quality Standard (NAAQ) will come. Based on the NAAQ, whatever they have done, that only we are going to see. Ambient air quality in few stations across Delhi. These are all story only, not technical thing. Ambient air quality monitored in different locations for a period of 12 hours in Delhi. From that study, they have understood that this suspended particulate matter, respirable suspended particulate matter, and carbon monoxide is there in high concentration at all the monitoring station of some location. They have given 180 or something, 182 station. And very important point, sulfur dioxide has been recorded within the prescribed limit at all monitoring stations. Why it is? They are telling suspended matter, respirable suspended matter, and the carbon monoxide very high. And SO2 they are telling it is limit. And NO2 they are telling within limit in few station. What could be the reason? I told you na, this study they made it in the period of, there must be some period it would have been explained in your book, you just to go through it. And because when they have done this study, they have introduced the CNG. After introducing CNG or after introducing the sulfurless fuel, then sulfur could be removed from the fuel itself. You know that. Coal if you are used means by following some of the process, coal sulfur content can be reduced. Oil sulfur content can be reduced to some extent. But those processes are highly expensive. That's why it cannot be commercialized everywhere. One reason. Another one is every industry, all the countries are concentrated on sulfur reducing fuel, less sulfur content fuel. That's why the technology used to remove the sulfur became cost expensive. Because of that, the demand is more, the rate is expensive, then the technology could not be commercialized. Now the people are jumping one way to another way. They are using some alternative fuel, alternative technology, recycling concept, many things they have introduced. And because of that reason only the sulfur dioxide is within the limit, and NO2 is within the limit in only few stations. And they have observed another thing also. The air pollutants were found to increase between 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. and 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. That is, both the times are high peak traffic hours. And ambient means room, atmospheric. Atmospheric noise level was also found higher than the prescribed limit at all the location during the peak traffic hours. That obviously it must be like that only. We cannot. And the National Ambient Air Quality Standard. And similarly, like Delhi, they have done for the same thing in Kanpur also, specifically with the benzene content. Already I have told you in one class, the benzene content in the Delhi air was more. It is more than the 100 times of prescribed limit which has been prescribed by the WHO. And more than actually 30 milligram per meter cube only benzene must be there. And they have characterized around 5,000 milligram per meter cube of benzene. And in Indian petrol, which contain around 5% of benzene, but UK control petrol, which has only 1% of benzene, then we could understand what could be the reason for more benzene in Delhi environment. For that, they made some study. The Central Pollution Control Board has been monitored benzene in ambient air at 7 locations in Delhi, which comprising residential area, industrial area, and commercial area. And the monthly average benzene content in the air is varied from 16 to 35 microgram per meter cube. And overall benzene concentration for all 7 locations have been calculated as 26 microgram per meter cube. This is 1.6 times higher than the UK's annual running mean standard of 16 microgram per meter cube. The reason behind that is UK petrol contain only 1% of benzene, but Indian petrol has 5% of petrol benzene. Then obviously the fuel quality must be there. And also the monthly average values observed in Kanpur was varied from 7 to 41 microgram per meter cube. Overall, it is varied from 22 microgram per meter cube, but this is 1.4 times higher than the UK's annual running mean standard value. So here also they are telling that yes, Indian coals are Indian oil are bad. And in the National Ambient Quality Standard, in terms of benzopyrene at in Delhi only. Measurements for benzopyrene in ambient air particulate sample collected at 6 stations in Delhi, which indicates that annual average range is from 1 nanogram per meter cube to 5.3 nanogram per meter cube from the year 1997 to 1999. And after that, and the recommended standard for concentration of benzopyrene in air is at around 10 microgram per meter cube. But so there is no problem at all, isn't it? The concentration of benzopyrene during winter season was generally higher as compared to the monsoon and summer. Now this question I am posted to the Rocky madam, you have to answer to me. Ma'am, why the concentration of particular pollutant during winter is more than the monsoon and summer?
Because of temperature change.
Because of temperature change. Temperature change means temperature, if you simply would have told, I could have accepted. Temperature change, if you tell, that cannot be agreed. During winter season, what would happen? The temperature is less, isn't it? The pressure is also less. The pressure is less, temperature is less, then what will happen?
Circulation will be less.
Okay.
So
Then,
then-
yes. Yeah, that only
So
the reason. Because of that, and the dispersion rate will be, circulation will be less, and dispersion rate will be less. So that's what during the winter session, the concentration of benzopyrene will be more. Okay, good. Then again, they have made the ambient air quality in Delhi during the Deepavali day. And they have carried out in terms of sulfur dioxide, oxides of nitrogen, carbon monoxide, and sound. All the 4 parameters they did. Ambient noise level monitoring was carried out at various locations in Delhi. The noise level were above the prescribed limit in some of the locations and lower at a few locations as compared with the previous year data. And SO2 levels were higher in the evening on Deepavali day and pre-Deepavali day. And NOx CO level were observed lower on Deepavali day as compared with the pre-Deepavali day. This may be due to the crackers rate, isn't it? How when the people have more crackers, it depends on the day and the consumer, the concentration will be varied. But both those 2 days are completely polluted the city, that is true. And particulate matter 10 level in Kanpur. Status of PEF, that is particulate matter 10 micron size, is being worked out with the reference to the developing a control strategy for PM10, particulate matter 10, now PM10 that is, under the World Bank Assisted Program. And they have observed that determine the status of particulate matter 10 and to assess the content of sulfate in particulate matter 10. The values of sulfur dioxide are within the norm, but the respirable suspended particulate matter exceeds the foreign excess of the prescribed norm. The reason, whatever the reason they have given for this is, and the Central Pollution Control Board has set up a dynamic, okay, this is something different. And after that, they assure the quality for the environment. Now, what did you understand? We have seen that National Ambient Air Quality Standards. Make use of that standard. They have checked the pollution at different places and for different pollutant. Yeah, in Delhi, they made NOx, SO2, benzene, carbon monoxide, suspended particulate matter, and respirable suspended particulate matter, all benzopyrene. All this concentration they have studied in Delhi and one Kanpur they made. And out of this study, they understood that, otherwise we can understand that some of the pollutant level which are all normal pollutant could be reduced, and some of the pollutant which is burdened with the fuel is high. So that could be, it may be due to or might be due to the reason they would have used the less sulfur content here or sulfur reduced fuel. So it reduced to some extent. And out of it, they trying to say that some of the things are many things, many human activity only the reason for damaging the air pollution, not only the fuel they wanted to save. That's what they have done the study on the Deepavali day and pre-Deepavali day. Pre-Deepavali day, the carbon monoxide and oxides of nitrogen content is more. On Deepavali day, both the days, the sulfur dioxide content are more. From that, they wanted to convey, we are assessing the fuel quality, we are maintaining the fuel quality is not only the sufficient remedy. Other activities like cracking of crackers on Deepavali days and other days would have been controlled, means we can achieve the little less sulfur and pollutant content in environment. That could be the outcome of the study. And what they are doing, now I told you this is the pollutant, these are all the pollutant, these are all this much, that much. Now we wanted to know, we are categorizing the area, this is more polluted area, that is less polluted area, this is moderately polluted area, like that people are categorizing the area and country based on some of the concept. What is that concept we'll see. To find out that only the people are introducing some principle. One of the principle is air quality index. We'll see both now.
And the Central Pollution Control Board has set up a dynamic tolution system which produce a gas mixture of 5 or more than gas mixture. Five gases, different gases they are mixing, and they are using that gas for as a standard. And those gases concentration and composition are at a decided concentration and decided composition. The primary objective of developing this system is to conduct the quality assurance program for participating laboratories as well as to calibrate continuous monitoring analysis. You would have done something when you people do your practicals in your practical exam and class. You would have used a spectrophotometer, isn't it? Colorimeter, spectrophotometer you would have used. And we are directly gone, we are inserting the fuel tubes, you are reading the value. That is totally wrong. You are handling one tube with some solution, and I may handle one solution, one tube, and my fingertip is different from yours. My palm is different from yours. That cuvette, whatever you are using for holding the sample, those are all highly sensitive to even our palm also. Okay, palm rake also, it will be reflected on that. In such a situation, each and every analysis before and after, the system is supposed to be calibrated with a standard solution. Then after a calibration only, we have to use the device for analysis of sample. Such a kind of thing, for such a kind of purpose, they are using this dynamic dilution system. Then make use of that, the laboratories and whatever the monitoring agency, they are following this method for analyzing the air pollutant. They have to calibrate it, and they have to use the analyzer after calibration only. Otherwise, whatever the data they have developed to make use of the system will not be validated. And participating in the quality assurance program helps the laboratory in achieving compatibility of result and to validate the method being adopted for the measurements. For why they are doing like this, especially all the industries are following this concept, but 100% specifically followed by pharma industry only. Pharma industry, food industry, cosmetic industry, those people strictly following this. What does it mean? For example, we are using the paracetamol. In the paracetamol, there must be a particular percentage of hydrochloric acid. Many people are following the same method. So worldwide, they are substituting the medicine, isn't it? For the paracetamol. Then whatever the method, I'm making that medicine, make use of the procedure or protocol. Whatever I made the medicine, it's supposed to be matched with yours. And I'm making some solution out of that. I made 100 medicine. All the 100 medicine composition must be same. Or one medicine more concentration, another one is less concentration, means the side effect of those who are taking that medicine will be more or different. So this could be correct, means they have to make the mixture in such a way it's supposed to be homogeneous. And they have to analyze whatever I am doing the analysis, whatever you are doing analysis, and whatever we are doing in Hyderabad, it should be same in Bangalore, it should be same in Delhi, and it should be same in all developing and wherever it could be. That is called compatibility. Compatibility in the sense, whatever I have followed the method, you also should follow the same method to analyze the same thing. And we both should get the same answer, then only that whatever the method I have adopted is correct. Otherwise, your instrument has problem, or you have problem, or method has problem, or the chemicals which you are using for that analysis is problem. So to confirm all those things only, one methodology, one analytical method I develop means that's supposed to be validated with by some other people, 3-4 people, to find out the compatibility of that method for it. So that kind of test was done, make use of this National Company Air Quality, and CPCB has been conducted the quality assurance program for State Pollution Control Board since 1999. This is available always, I know that. Then trend of sulfur dioxide in Delhi, how much?
Time up, ma'am.
So shall I stop? Ambient air quality, I want to complete, but I can't. Only one slide. Okay, ma'am, then next.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you. கால் பண்ண எடுக்கணும்ல. ஃபோன் பண்ணா ஒரு நிமிஷம். கால் ஏதோ வந்துச்சு. லூஸ் கேமரா ஆன் பண்ணி வச்சிருக்க. ஒரு எட்டி பார்த்தேன் என் மூஞ்சி தெரியும். கேமரா இல்ல கேமரா எப்படி ஆன் பண்ண முடியும்? வாட்ஸ்அப் வீடியோ காலிங் வந்தா ஃபர்ஸ்ட் நம்ம மூஞ்சி தெரியதுன்னு செய்யும். நான் எடுக்கவே இல்லையே. நம்ம எடுக்கல நம்ம ஃபேஸ் தெரியும். நம்ம கனெக்ட் பண்ணனே நம்ம மூஞ்சி அவங்களுக்கு தெரியும். கேமரா இதுல எப்படி ஆன் பண்ண முடியும்? இது என்னோட்டு. இதுவும் என்னோட்டு. ஹலோ ஏப்பா எவ்வளவு கால் எடுக்கிறாள் இவளா? அவனை இவன் மாத்தி மாத்தி எவ்வளவு வேற அந்த கால் வந்துச்சு எனக்கு. ஆமா வந்துச்சு. ஆனா எடுத்தவங்க கோல்ல வந்துச்சு அப்படின்ட்டு திருப்பி சொல்லிட்டு கன்னடாலையும் இருந்துச்சு. எஸ் ஆபீஸ்ல இருந்து வந்திருக்கான். எஸ் ஆபீஸ் பண்ண சொன்ன பண்ணி நீ எடுக்க மாட்டாங்க. ஏன் நாங்க போனதுல இருந்து எங்க பிரேக் அப்புறம் 4:30 சரி மணி 4:30 ஆயிட்டு. ஸோ நேரம் சாப்பிட்டு இப்போ ஒரு வேர்டு கிடைச்சிச்சு. அந்த வேர்டு மீனிங் பார்த்துட்டு வாங்க. அந்த அம்மா என்ன நினைச்சுங்க நீங்க என்னென்ன இருக்குதுன்னு கேட்டதுக்கு அதான் பவர் வந்து வீட்டுல எல்லா இடத்துக்கும் பிளக் பாயிண்ட் பண்ணி கொடுக்கும். வேற தண்ணி மஞ்சள் விட்டு 2 வீட்டுக்குள்ள வரும். ரெண்டுமே கிச்சனுக்கு வந்துருக்கு. அது போக வேற என்னென்ன இருக்குது? மித்த வந்து ஃபெசிலிட்டிஸ் கிளப் இருக்கு. நம்ம வேணும்னா தான் யூஸ் பண்ணிக்கலாம். ஜிம் இருக்கு. நம்ம யூஸ் பண்ணிக்கலாம் ஃப்ரீ ஆஃப் காஸ்ட். கிளப்புக்கும் கிளப்னா என்ன ஃபங்க்ஷன் நடத்துறது நமக்கு எதுக்கு? அதெல்லாம் பேமெண்ட் பேசிஸ். அந்த அமௌண்ட் சொசைட்டிக்கு தான் வரும் மெயின்டெனன்ஸ். சரியா? அப்புறம் இது ஸ்விம்மிங் பூல் யூசேஜ் அது ஒன்றும் யூசேஜ் பஸ். கிளப்பும் அதே மாதிரி டேபிள் டென்னிஸ் கூட இருக்குன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். யூசேஜ் நார்மல். அது எனக்கு இதை விட்டுட்டா எனக்கு பெருசாக போய் விளையாண்டுட்டு கிடக்கும். எனது பார்க்கெல்லாம் நல்லா வாக்கபிள் நல்லா நடக்கிறதுக்கு ஹோட்டல்ல எல்லாம் பார்க் இருக்கும்ல புல்வெளி அது மாதிரி நடக்கும்.
மெயின்டைன் பண்றது. அதுதான் கஷ்டம். பவர் இதுதான் கஷ்டம் கண்டிப்பா. இன்டர்காம், செக்யூரிட்டி, வாட்ச்மேன்.
இதோட பரவாயில்லையே, ஒண்ணுமே இல்லாம இந்த குப்பை கொட்டுறதுக்கு கூட அதுல வைக்காம 4000 ஆகும்.
இருந்துச்சா முன்னாடி? அது இங்க இருந்து கீழே வரைக்கும் வடிய விட்டுட்டு எடுத்து வச்சுக்கலாம் இல்லையா? அதுக்காக தான் நம்ம அது காசு கொடுக்கணும் லூசு.
ஆமாப்பா, புரிஞ்சுது. அதனால மெயின்டெனன்ஸை குறைச்சிட்டாங்களாமா. இல்லைன்னா பண்ணிட்டு
ஓ, இங்க இப்ப இன்னைக்குதான் நான் இவ்வளவு சத்தம் வர கேட்டிருக்கேன்.
எப்போதும்
எனக்கு இவ்வளவு காதுல நான் இன்னைக்குதான் கேட்டிருக்கேன். இவ்வளவு கேட்டதே இல்லை.
ராத்திரியில் நல்லாவே கேட்போம். டைம்ல குளிர் டைம்ல ரொம்ப சுட்டாது அந்த ராத்திரி காலையில ஐடியா பாடி டைம்ல
எங்க இல்ல, கிச்சன் பால்கனி மட்டும்தான். கிச்சன்ல கிரில் இல்ல, சும்மா அப்படி ஓப்பனா தான் இருக்குன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். புறா வந்து ஒரு இடத்துல கொஞ்சம் சின்ன சின்ன இருக்கு, அதை கிளீன் பண்ணிடுறேன். எல்லா பால்கனியுமே
அங்க இருந்து வீட்டுக்குள்ள எல்லா புறாலும் வந்து
பால்கனிக்கு வரும். பால்கனி வரணும் டக்குனு.
பால்கனிக்கு வரும்.
கதவு இருக்குல்ல,
வீட்டுக்குள்ள கதவு
எல்லா கதவும் இருக்கும், எல்லாத்துக்கும் கதவு வரும்.
கிச்சன்ல ஜன்னல்லாம் ஒண்ணும் இல்லைல்ல, பால்கனி இது மட்டும்தானே
ஜன்னல் இருக்கும். அது ஒரு அட்டைப்பட்டி வச்சு அடைச்சு வச்சிருந்தாங்க பார்த்தேன்.
ஜன்னலையா?
ஹலோ, அங்கிள் ఎప్పుడు వస్తారు? ఇంటికడనే ఉన్నాను. మీ స్పానర్ తీసుకుంటండి, 2022 సైజ్. మర్చిపోకండి. అంకుల్ స్పానర్ తీసుకుంటండి, 2022 సైజ్. ఇది మంచం తిప్పియాలి కదా, దానికోసం. ఫోన్ చేసి రండి, వచ్చినప్పుడు స్పానర్ తీసుకుని రండి. అది మంచం வந்து తిప్పియాలి, బోల్ట్ నట్టు ఉన్నది. అదే తీసేయడానికి. మళ్ళీ మీరు ఇద్దరు సరిపోవద్దు, కొంచెం బరువు ఎక్కువ ఉండొచ్చు, ఇంకొకరు ఇద్దరు వచ్చినా కూడా పర్వాలేదు. అయినా అది బెడ్ చాలా వెయిట్ ఉండొచ్చు. సరే 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 సరే. சரி, சும்மா அது என்னாச்சு கேஸ் சிலிண்டர்? அது நானே வேற என்னவா
சரி.